I want to start this video with one question, a question that completely changed the way one woman thought about money. And that question is, what if you could make money while you slept? Not even as a fantasy or as one of those unrealistic promises you hear in random YouTube advertisements. I mean something real, something practical, something you can actually build, something you could start creating in one weekend using your phone, a laptop, and a skill or a piece of knowledge you already have. Let me tell you a story of a woman called Obiageli. She lives in Owerri, Nigeria. She works nights at a hospital reception desk. She spent 8 to 12 hours at a time working. She has a fixed salary. And for years, Obiageli had only one way to make more money. Work more shifts, more hours, more nights, more of her energy, even more of her time. The exchange was always the same. Time for money, always time for money. And eventually she realized something, that there was almost no time left for her. What did Obiageli do? One Friday evening before going to her night shift, Obiageli sat at her kitchen table, and instead of looking for another job or another shift, she decided to create something. Not a service, not even a freelance gig, not another profile waiting for someone to hire her. She decided to create a product. She created a product, a digital product, something that can be live online, something that could be bought by someone anywhere in the world, something that could be purchased at any time. She did not have to be awake before selling or making money. She did not have to be online. She did not have to personally deliver it. She did not even have to exchange another hour of her life for every sale. That weekend, while Obi worked her night shifts, while she slept, while she even cooked breakfast for her family, her product sold 3 times. She made the equivalent of about $55 while she was doing something else. Remember, she's still working at the hospital as a front desk admin. Now, $55 is not a fortune. It will not make someone rich overnight. But what happened emotionally was much bigger than the amount. Imagine waking up and seeing a notification on your phone saying you made a sales. That feeling at that particular moment, and you realize the sales happened while you were sleeping. You were not working, you were not on the phone, you were not even talking to a customer, far asleep, on your bed, in your room, but something you created was still working. So Obiageli explained it this way. She said, "It was the first time I understood what people meant by passive income, not as an idea, but as something very real. My phone showed me a sales and I had been asleep. I just sat there thinking about what that meant. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how Obiageli did it. And more importantly, I am going to show you how you can do it too, starting from scratch, from nothing, from where you are, step by step, even if you have never created a digital product before, or you have no audience, even if you have very few followers, you do not have a mailing list, even if you have a very small budget. This is your complete beginner's guide to creating and selling your first digital product. And I believe this could become one of the most useful videos in this entire series. Remember the series that we have been doing. So if this is your first time here, you're welcome to Choma Rain. You are in the very right place. This channel is for women in Africa and the UAE who are learning how to build income, grow their money, and create a better financial opportunities. Every week, we take one part of that journey and break it down in a simple and practical way. If you want to watch the entire series from the beginning, you will find the link in the description. But you can also start right here if you wish. You do not need to watch anything else first for you to start creating your digital products. So this video is a stand-alone on its own. So subscribe to this channel if you're just coming across my channel. Turn on your notification bell, because next week we are going to talk about something that can completely change the way people see your knowledge, your skills, and your business. You do not want to miss it. So subscribe, hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell. And now let's jump into it right now, because I'm going to tell you the full story of Obiageli and how she created her first digital product. Yes, Obiageli is 30 years old. She has worked at the same hospital in Owerri for 4 good years. She works as a night receptionist. She handles patients who arrive after normal working hours. She helps family during emergencies. She manages the waiting area as a receptionist, the work they do at the hospital. She answers questions. She helps people understand where they need to go. Sometimes she is the calm voice a frightened family hears at 2 o'clock in the morning. She is very good at her job, but her job takes a lot from her. Obi is very grateful for her salary. Yes, as a salary earner, you feel okay, but her salary is a fixed thing. Her expenses are not. Food prices increases always. School fees on the rise. Electric bills, same thing. Transport costs money. Family responsibility continues. But one thing is that her salary remains almost the same. Every year, the difference between what she earned and what she needs becomes a little bigger. And Obi knows only one way to close that gap. The one way is for her to work more, have more shifts, work more nights, more hours, more time away from her loving daughter, more time in the hospital while her daughter is sleeping. So for almost a year, Obi had been watching videos about making money online. She has watched one of my previous videos. She heard about freelancing. She heard about virtual assistant. She heard about content creation. She heard about social media management in that particular video. She even thought about online tutoring, but she kept facing the same problem. Time, because freelancing requires time. Working for clients requires time. Yes. So managing a social media account requires her to be available during certain hours. Tutoring requires her to show up at a particular time. And Obi already had a difficult work schedule. She realized something that she could not keep exchanging more time for more money. Then this is what she did. She was already running out of time and she decided to do this. One day, she saw something inside a WhatsApp group that she has been quietly following for about 3 months. Someone posted a screenshot. It was a seller dashboard. It shows several sales. The product was called Professional Nigerian CV Guide. That is what the product was called. There were 47 sales and the price was 800 naira each. The woman who posted the screenshot said, I created this in 2 days last month. I have not done anything with it since. It just kept selling. So Obiageli stared at that screenshot. She read the same sentence over and over again. I have not done anything with it since. It just kept smiling. That sentence stayed in her mind. So Obi sent the woman a message. She asked, how did you make it? The answer was very simple. 4 words. That was what the woman replied out with. Google Docs and Canva. Free tools that were already available to her. Tools she had used before without realizing they could help her create something people could pay for. That Friday evening before her night shift, Obi sat at her kitchen table. She had about 3 hours and she decided, I am going to use these 3 hours to create something that can work without me. So she asked herself, what do I know? And that question changed everything. She thought about her 4 years working at the hospital. She had watched hundreds of people struggle with healthcare system. She had seen patients miss appointments because they did not understand the process. She had seen families arrive without the documents they needed. She had watched so many frightened relatives struggle to understand forms and procedures. She had answered the same question again and again. Questions like, what document do I need for admission? How does this referral process work? What rights do patients have? How do I speak to a doctor when I am scared? How do I prepare before coming to the hospital? And Obiageli knew the answers. She knew them so well that she had stopped seeing them as valuable knowledge. But that evening, she looked at her experience differently. She realized this knowledge could help people. Yes, And if it could help people, it could potentially become a product. So she opened Google Documents. She typed a title, The Nigerian Patient's Handbook, what to know before you walk into any hospital. Then she started writing. She wrote for 2.5 hours. Then she included the information family needed. She also included the questions people frequently and always ask her. She included practical advice based on what she had learned through her work. She did not try to make it complicated. She made it very simple and clear. She made it practical and useful. 15 pages is what she made. So she saved the document. Then she opened Canva. She searched for an ebook template. Yes. And she found a simple design, a very simple one. She added the title. She added the section headings. She used clean fonts. She kept the colors consistent. She made the document look professional. 1 hour later, her first digital product was ready. Yes. So, with excitement, she uploaded it to seller. She set the price at 1,000 naira. It was probably too cheap. Yes. She decided to start with a very low amount. We will talk about pricing later in this same video, but at that moment, Obiageli was not thinking about pricing. All she was thinking is, will anyone actually buy something I created? How is it possible? So she decided to share the link in the WhatsApp group. Remember the same WhatsApp group? She saw that message. Her message in that WhatsApp group was very simple. She dropped a message. I made something. It is a guide for people who need to understand how to navigate Nigerian hospitals. I think it could help someone. Then she closed her laptop and she went to work. At 3:17 in the morning, while sitting at the hospital reception desk, her phone vibrated. She looked at it. A seller notification. You have a new sale. She looked at the phone. Then she looked at the waiting room, full of excitement. Then back at her phone. Someone you mean has bought my products? She was just imagining. At this particular time, 3:17 a.m., while I was at work. Obiageli later said, I remember thinking this phone is telling me that somewhere in Nigeria, someone is reading something I made and they paid for it at 3 a.m. while I am here. I did not even have words for what that felt like. By Sunday morning, she had 3 more sales, about $55 in total. She had been working, sleeping, cooking, breakfast. She had been living her normal life, and something she had created was still available for people to buy. So the following week, Obiageli increased the price to 3,000 naira. Remember, she started with 1,000 naira. And the sales continued. The next month, she created another product. Then another. 6 months later, she was making between $40 and $80 a month from products she had created months earlier. It was not enough to quit her job. Not yet. Not yet. But it matters to her because she's making money that is helping her solve some of her problems. And it helps her to save. It also helps her contribute towards her daughter's future. And most importantly, she finally felt that her income did not have to depend completely on the number of hours her body could work. That is the power of a digital product. And today, I want to help you build yours. Yes, you heard me right. That is why I'm sitting here and making this video for you, giving you the complete digital product guide that you need to start right now. What is digital products? For those of you who do not know what is digital products, I will start with a simple or the simplest definition. A digital product is something you create in digital form that can be delivered online. You create it once, you upload it, someone buys it, they receive it electronically, then you do not have to print it. Yes, you do not have to package it. You do not have to put it in a delivery van. You do not even have to restock it. And you can sell the same product many times. That is digital products. A product that you create once, you sleep, someone buys it, and you go to work, someone else buys it. When you are in the bus, he's still selling. Whatever thing you're doing, as far as you have created a digital product, the product keeps selling. That is what makes digital products different. Just think about freelancing. Yes, you work for a client, you get paid, then you need another client. Virtual assistants work the same way. You provide your time and you get paid for it. Social media management also work in the same way. You provide your time and attention and get paid for it. Tutorial is similar. You teach one person or group at a specific time and you get paid for it. All is being paid for your time, not your presence. Digital products are different. You package your knowledge instead of selling every hours of your time. A well-packaged knowledge that is shared and sell again and again. You do not lose your knowledge because you taught someone. You can teach one person today and another person tomorrow. Yes. In the case of these digital products, your presence is not needed. You can package the same knowledge into a product and sell it repeatedly. You can sell it repeatedly. That is why digital product can become an important part of building financial freedom. They can help you separate some of your income from your availability. Now, what kind of digital product can you really create? Let me give you practical examples. Yes, ebooks and guides. These are short and focused documents that solve a particular problem. For example, a guide to starting a very small business in your locality, in your environment. If you're living in Lagos, in Moshi, in Oshodi, a practical guide for new mothers in Nigeria. You can also do a guide to understanding tenant rights. Could be a skincare guide for women with dark skin living in hot and humid climates. A guide to preparing for a job interview. It could even be a guide to creating a professional CV. You can see that the possibilities are almost endless. You have a guide for virtually anything. Templates. Templates save people time. So you could create Instagram caption template, a business proposal template, a monthly budget tracker. All these are templates that you can create. A meal planner, a Nigerian CV template. Yes, a template is the format that people follow and impute their credentials. It can be a social media calendar, a small invoice template. People buy template because template saves time. Yes, it saves them time. So instead of spending 2 hours creating something from scratch, they can use your template and finish the job much faster. Now, planner and workbooks. This is another type or category of digital products. You can create, let's say, a 90-day business planner, a financial goal workbook, even a prayer journal, a self-care planner, a school planner for parents. Yes, you can create any form of planner. Is it a weekly meal planner, a business lunch workbook? Yes. Now let's talk about mini courses. You can also teach a skill through a short video. Yes. For example, how to create a Fiverr profile, how to write a professional CV, how to use Canva, how to manage your child's school timetable, how to cook 5 Nigerian meals. Yes, all these are the things you can create. 5 or 10 short lessons that can become a digital product. But I want you to understand something very important in creating this mini course. You do not need to be the world biggest expert. You do not need even a PhD degree. You do not need 10 years of experience. You do not even need to know something that another person wants to know. All you need is to be able to explain it clearly, and you need to be honest about what you know. That is enough to begin. Yes, very okay to start. I'll be telling you how you can find your first product ideas. You might say that I have so many things to do. I do not know the one that will work for me. The questions many beginners ask is, what should I create? And I want to make this easier for you. Do not sit alone for 6 months trying to invent the perfect idea. Look at your own life. There are 3 places I want you to look. at in your life? People always ask you, think about your conversation over the last month. Yes. What do people ask you to explain? What are the things people are asking you for help for? What do your family know that you are very good at and people are always asking you to help them out? What are your friends saying about your talent or what you are good at? What do the people, your neighbors, your colleagues know that you are good at explaining? If people kept asking you the same question, there is a good chance other people are asking the same question online. Obiageli answered hospital questions again and again, and she then realized that those questions could become a guide. So ask yourself, what do people always come to me for? That is the very first step for you to begin with. Then write them down. Write those things down. Yes. Now I'm going to talk about a mistake you have already learned from. Yes, there are so many things that you have made a mistake in the past. Think about those things you struggle with. Maybe you started a business and did not understand the licensing process. Maybe you applied for many jobs before learning how to write a stronger CV. Maybe you struggle with money until you created a budget that finally worked. Yes, or you have learned how to navigate motherhood through trial and error, or you have been moving from one country to another and have to figure out things nobody explained to you. That experience can become useful to someone who is just starting. Your difficult experience can become another person's shortcuts. So package that lesson, package it and sell it as digital products. Another thing is what you can talk about for hours. Think about topics that make you excited, topic that you can relate with, topic that you can discuss for 3 hours without needing notes, the topics you naturally explain to people, the topics where you look at the clock and realize an hour has passed. Those topics that you are good at, that topic may have an audience for you because when you genuinely care about something, people can feel it, people knows it, and people easily connect with people who are genuinely interested in what they teach. Yes. So here is the very first assignment that I'm giving to you right now. Open your notes app or your notebook. Write down 3 things. Number one question people always ask you. Number 2, one mistake you made that could help someone else not to make that mistake. Number 3, one topic you could talk about for hours that you're very good at. You are good at the topic. Now look at those 3 answers that you have written down. Your first digital product idea may already be sitting there right now in those 3 answers that you have given. Let's talk about the tools, free tools that you need to create your digital products. This is where I want to remove one of the biggest excuses some people say. Yes, I don't have the software, things like that. I don't even know how to design. I am not good in graphics. I cannot afford expensive tools. Let me just simplify this to you. Yes, you do not need expensive tools to start. You can just create a very good first product with simple tools like your Google Docs for writing. Google Doc is free, you can use it on your phone or your laptop. Write your ebook there, write your guides there, create your workbook content there. Your Google Docs give you all that you need to create those things. So start with the information. Do not worry about making it beautiful, yes. Make it useful first because that is the important thing. And remember, if you can write a detailed WhatsApp message explaining something clearly, you can begin writing a digital product. The next tool you need is Canva for designing. Use Canva because Canva has many templates for ebooks, workbooks, planner, presentation, and other digital products. Take your content from Google Documents, put it into Canva. Choose a clean template. Add your title, add your section, choose consistent colors. Yes. Choose readable fonts, what people can read easily. Then download the final product as PDF. That PDF can become your digital product, which it is. You do not need to be a professional designer because Canva has already done much of the design work for you. Your job is just to provide useful content, what people need, things that will help people, things that will solve problems. Google Sheets or Notion for the trackers. Yes, this is another tool. If you want to create a budget tracker, a business tracker, a content calendar, even a financial planner, or let's say a sales tracker, Google Sheets can help. You create the template once, then your customers can use it. Then you can also use Canva for workbooks. You can create workbooks in Canva. You can make pages where customers can type, write, or print their answers. Again, you do not need a physical product. Yes, when we're talking about digital products, you do not need a physical product. Everything remains digital. Another tools you need is your phone for the video products. If you want to create a mini course, your phone can be enough to start. You can record your lessons at home. You do not even need a large studio. Yes, you do not need expensive camera. Good natural light from a window can help. A quiet room can help. Clear audio is very important. You can improve your microphone later, but do not let equipment stop you from starting. That should not be an excuse why you are not starting your digital product. Remember this: a product that solves a real problem can sell even when it was created simply. And a beautiful product that solves no problem will struggle to sell. Just bear this in mind. So always remember that the content is the first priority, production, second priority that you need to strive in digital products. Now, how to price your digital products? We're going to talk about pricing because a whole lot is going on now. So now let's talk about pricing. This is where many beginners becomes uncomfortable. Obiageli make this mistake too. Yes, she priced her very first product at 1,000 naira or even less. It was too low, right? Not because nobody would have bought it, but because price also communicates value. The price you put on your product depends the value you are giving. When people see an extremely cheap product, sometimes they wonder, is this actually good? Yes. So a very high price can also make someone say, is this worth it? So in pricing, you have to be very careful not to place the wrong price. So you need a reasonable middle ground in pricing, because pricing is not only mathematical, it is also about the customers, how the customer sees the value in the product. So here is a simple beginner framework, like for short ebooks and guides. You can have 10 to 30 pages. If you're charging in or you're selling in seller 25 to 5,000, in Ghana 25 CD to 50. Kenya, you can use 300 to 60. In UAE, maybe 15 dirham to 30 dirham. Dollar pricing can be between 5 dirhams to 15 dirham. Then if you have a more detailed guide and workbooks, like 30 to 60 pages, you can value it at 5,000 naira to 15,000 naira. Then your dollar pricing can be $15 to 35. If you have a template packs, your naira price can be between 3,000 to 10,000. Your dollar price can be $10 to $30. Then if you're doing a mini course, 5 to 10 short videos, your naira price can be 15,000 naira to 50,000 naira, while your dollar pricing can be 40 to 150. Then let's say you have a full courses for 15 plus lessons. Nigeria can be 50,000 to 150,000. Dollar pricing can be 150 to 500. These are starting framework. They are not fixed rules. Your market audience, quality, and problem being solved should influence your final price. So I would advise to take the middle of it. Now remember two important rules. Rule number one, price what you can justify. Yes. If someone asks, why does this cost this much? You should be able to explain exactly what they are getting. What problem does it really solve? How much time does it save them? What information does it provide? What result can help them achieve it? If you cannot explain the value, You may need to improve the product or rethink the price. Yes. Rule number 2, you can increase your price. Yes. Your starting price does not mean it will remain that. You can start at a reasonable price. Yes. Watch what happens. If you sell your first 10 copies quickly, you may have evidence that your product can support a higher price. If you get no sales, do not immediately assume the price is the problem. Yes, most of us we think that your marketing may be the problem, not necessarily the price. The product description may also be unclear to people that wants to buy it. Another thing is the audience may not even understand the problem you're trying to solve. People may simply not know your product exists. Yes. So do not automatically reduce your price. First, understand the real problem. Obiageli increased her price from 1,000, is it 1,800 naira to 3,000 naira. Why? Because she have seen that her sales is growing. Her sales still continue even after the increase. That taught her something, that people were not only buying because it was cheap, they were buying because the information was useful. So price your products based on its real value. Do not make it cheap simply because you are afraid someone will say no. That is not a good reason for making or devaluing your product. Now, let's talk about where to sell your digital products. Where to sell your digital products. Now, you have created your products. Where do you really sell it? This is important because the platform you choose affects how people pay, how they receive the product, and how easily you can manage your sales. Let us look at some popular options like the seller platform. If your main audience is in Nigeria, Seller is one platform worth considering. It is designed for creators and digital sellers. You can sell your ebooks, courses, templates, and other digital products on Seller. Customer can pay through available payment method. You upload your products, set your price, create your sales page, share your link, and the platform helps deliver the products after purchase. So for everyone targeting Nigerian customers, Seller can be a useful place to start. The second platform is Gumroad. Yes, I have a lot of digital products in Gumroad. If you want to target international customers, Gumroad is another option to consider. You can sell digital products such as PDFs, templates, guides, courses, even other downloadable products. Customer can purchase online and the platform handles digital delivery. You can share your Gumroad link on social media. Yes. Platform number 3 that you can consider is PayHip. PayHip is another platform for selling digital products. It can be useful for ebook, PDF, courses, and other digital products. It also has a feature that can help creators work with affiliates. That means other people can potentially promote your product and earn a commission from sales. Yes. Platform number 4 that you can consider is Instagram and WhatsApp. And please do not ignore this platform you already use. Instagram can help you show people your products. Yes. WhatsApp can help you reach people who already know and trust you. So these two platforms should not be underestimated. You can share your product link through WhatsApp status, relevant WhatsApp groups where promotion is allowed, Instagram stories, Instagram posts, in your bio, direct conversations where appropriate. Because your first buyer may not be strangers, they may already be around you. So my simple starting recommendation is, if you are targeting Nigerian buyers, consider using Seller. Then for international customers, consider Gumroad or another suitable international platform, because they have different international platforms that you can use to sell or market your digital products. Use Instagram and WhatsApp to do your marketing. Then expand as your audience grows. Do not try to build everything at once. Start simple and do not expect that immediately you upload in this platform that I've mentioned, you will start to have sales. It takes time. Do not give up if the sale have not come. Now, let's talk about how do you market your digital products starting from zero, even without you having any follower. This is one of the most important lessons because many people explain how to create a digital product. Then they say, now promote it on social media. They don't really tell you what you really need to do. But what if you only have 200 followers? What if you only have 60, 500? Or what if nobody knows you yet? Do not worry at all. There are ways to begin. I will put them in different strategy. Strategy one, talk about the problem. Do not start every post by saying, buy my ebook. No. Start with the problem you want to solve. For example, something I have noticed in my work is that you mention the things people struggle with, then explain the problem. Give one useful insight that really solve the problem and help people understand why the problem matters. Then you can now introduce your products as the deeper solution to that problem. That is what builds trust. So you are not just saying, give me money. You are showing them how to make money. So you are telling them, I understand your problem and I am ready to give you solution to it. Strategy number two, tell stories. Tell people why you created the products. Obiageli could say, I have watched hundreds of families arrive at the hospital confused and unprepared after answering the same question for years. I decided to put everything together into one simple guide. That is a story, of course. Yes, a very good story at that. And it feels more personal. People easily connect with stories that is personal, and story can make people understand why your product exists. Strategy number three, use targeted WhatsApp group. Yes, do not send your product to every group you belong to because your product is not for everybody. Find group where your potential customers already are. For a CV template, job seeker groups, graduate groups, alumni groups. For a business planner, you can look for entrepreneur groups, women in business community, and so on and so forth. In small business group, for a hospital guide, then you look for parents group, community group, and so on and so forth. Also, you can watch out for relevant health related community, but always make sure you respect the group rules. Do not spam the group. Make sure you are adding value. You can easily say, I created something that may help people in this group who are struggling with specific problem your digital product is out there to solve. It is a simple guide that explains specific benefit. You mentioned the specific benefit. So if you like to see it, this is the link. It's very short, simple, and clear. Also helpful to the user. Strategy number five, you can give a free sample. Create a small free version of your paid product. For an ebook, you can give away one page. For a template pack, you can give away one template. Yes, because your sample is what will attract them to come and buy. Maybe for a course, give away one short lesson. Just let them experience your value. If they find the free sample useful, they may become interested in the full products. Strategy number five, collect testimonials. I've been saying this in all my videos. Give your product to 3 to 5 people you trust. You do not necessarily need to get money from them. Ask them for honest feedback. Ask questions like, what did you find useful? What was confusing? What was missing? And what do you think can change for you after using this? Their feedback can only help you improve in your marketing, pricing, and your content. If they genuinely like it, ask if they are comfortable giving you a testimonial. Every testimonial can help new customer feel more confident. Social proof is especially important when you are starting. You may not have a large audience, like I said, but you can build trust one customer at a time. Yes, so trust is very important and necessary when it comes to this strategy. I'm going to give you a 3-day product launch. Yes. Let's assume that you have created the product, you have uploaded it, and you have chosen the price that you want to sell your product on. Now, what next do you have to do? How do you get your first sale? Let me give you a simple 3-day launch plan that you can do. Day one, you can talk about the problem. Post about the problem your product solves. Do not sell it yet. Ask a question. For example, question like, has anyone here ever struggled with your title? And watch the replies that you get. Pay attention to what people says. Their answer can show you whether there is real interest or not. Day two, introduce the solution. You have asked question, now you're giving them the solution. Just tell them, I have been working on something that addresses this problem. Explain what you have created. Explain who it is for. Explain what it helps them to do. Yes, just tell them it will be available tomorrow. Now, people know something is coming, they are aware, and they get themselves ready or prepared. Day three launch, you can share the product link, give the price clearly, explain what the buyers get. This is very important, and you can also add a testimonial if you have one. Tell them they can add testimonial. Then you keep talking about the products, not every hour, not every day, but consistently. Don't just do the talk and stop. You can share it once a week. You can explain another benefit. Yes, different benefits. Tell another story, answer another question, and keep doing that. Show another page of that same particular product. The same product can be introduced from many different angles. So do not assume people are tired of hearing about it just because you posted it once. Most people probably never saw the first post. Yes. So keep on posting. So I want to stop here for a moment. Yes, because everything we have covered so far gives you a real starting point. We talked about your product idea, the free tools, pricing, where to sell, marketing, and launching. Yes, these are the things we have discussed so far in this video. So you now have enough information to start creating. So I want you to do something very simple. Yes, save this video right now, not just like it. Yes, save it because it's going to be useful to you. And when you finally sit down to create your product, you may need to come back to watch it, because the pricing section, the product idea section, the marketing formulas that I have shared, even the 3-day launch plan, are very important in your work or in your creation, your digital product creation. So save it now and share it with one woman. Just think about someone who knows something valuable, someone who is good at something, someone who is always helping people, someone who has knowledge but has never even thought about turning that knowledge into a product. Send her this video right now. Just tell her, your knowledge is valuable. Watch this. One share could introduce someone to a completely new income opportunity. So save it. Share it and stay with me, because we have not finished. We are not finished yet. Now, I'm going to be telling you the mistake that really hinders digital product sales. Yes, what has stopped a lot of people from not making sales in their digital products. Now, let's talk about the mistake, because sometimes the problem is not that the digital product idea is bad. The content is perfectly okay, good, it solves problems. Sometimes the creator makes avoidable mistake, and those mistakes can stop sales because the product has a real chance. Let us go through 8 of this particular mistake. Yes, I'm going to give you 8 of them. Mistake number 1, creating what you want instead of what people want. You may create the most beautiful ebook in the world, but if nobody wants the information inside it, it will not sell. Yes, that is the fact. So before creating, ask people questions. Search for the topic online. Look at what people are already asking. Look at similar products. Look at reviews. Look at comments. Find evidence that people have the problem you want to solve. The demand first, then product second. This should be your number 1 priority. Mistake number two, making the product too broad. No, you have to narrow down. You have to be specific. For example, a guide to health and wellness. That is very broad, you know. Just compare it with something like a simple guide to managing type 2 diabetes for Nigerian women using familiar local foods. That is much more specific. The second product speaks directly to a particular person with a particular problem. Specific products often communicate value more clearly. That product that will make the customer think that this is for me, and that feeling is what matters at the moment, not you giving too many things that does not really solve the problem. Now, mistake number three, managing your product sounds small. Be careful with your words. If you say, I just made this little guide, you are telling people it is little. Yes. So you are reducing the value before they even see it. So mind the kind of words that you use in your product. Instead of explaining what the product contains, explain your experience. They will find out when they buy or have the product. So explaining the problem itself, explain what the buyers will learn. Your description should communicate confidence without exaggerating. Yes, you don't have to hype your product. You don't have to exaggerate what is not in your product. Mistake number four, having a confusing product description. You know, a customer should understand three things very quickly. What is this? Who is it for? What will it help me do or understand? If people cannot answer these questions I just mentioned quickly, they may leave. Confusion creates doubts in people's hearts. So make sure everything is clear, because clarity creates confidence. Make your product description very simple, not ambiguous. Do not use complicated language just to sound professional. You do not need that. People need something very easy and simple. So say exactly what the product does. Mistake number five, not having a good cover. Yes, not having a good cover. Your cover is often the first thing people see, the very first thing people see. So a poor cover can make a useful product look less valuable. A clean, professional cover can make people more curious. You can use Canva, choose a simple design. Yes, a very simple one. Use readable text. Do not overcrowd the cover. Make the title easy to see. Spend time making the first impression very strong, because first impression matters in everything. Mistake number six, posting once and giving up. This is a huge mistake. Someone creates a product, posts the link once, gets 2 views, no sales. Then the person will say, digital products don't work. That is not enough evidence to show that digital products do not work. Your audience may not have seen the post. The timing may have been wrong. So your message may not have been clear to people, or you may not have reached the right people that needed that product. Obiageli's strongest month came several months after she created her first product. She continued sharing it, different posts, different stories, different angles. Eventually, more people discovered it. So do not confuse unsuccessful post with an unsuccessful product. They are not same. Mistake number seven, never creating a second product. Your first product teaches you, your customers teaches you, their questions also teach you, their reviews teach you, their complaints teach you. So all these are necessary. Even the request they made also teach you. Use all the information that you have gathered to create product number two. Your product number one should give you clue on what to create, or what to create in product number two. Then move on to product number three. Your first product does not have to be perfect. It just needs to teach you enough to improve the next on the next one. Start with one, then build from there. You have to start and build from there. Mistake number eight, not building a customer list. Someone who buys from you has already shown interest, right? Yes, they trusted you enough to spend money on your product, and that makes them valuable. Where appropriate and with proper consent, build a way to stay connected with your customers. Use email, use customer updates, use your platform's available tools. When you create your next product, your previous customers may be interested. A person who already bought from you can be much easier to reach than someone who has never heard of you. So your customers are not just sales. They can become the beginning of your community. Yes, building a community is very important. So do not ignore any of your customer. I just want few seconds from you before we finish. This video has given you the information that you need. But information alone does not change your life. Yes, action does. So I want you to comment below in the comment section. Just check down and write your comment. Just tell me, what is the topic of your first digital product? Yes, drop it in the comment section. You do not need a perfect title. Just write, my first digital product will be about, then put the topic for your audience, the specific audience that you want that digital product for. That is it. Write one sentence, even if your idea is not perfect yet, because when you write it down publicly, you move it from an idea in your head to something you are actually planning to create. And when other women read the comments, they may discover ideas they never considered. We can encourage each other. We can learn from each other. We can also build together. So comment below. Name your products. Make the idea real in the comments. And now let's talk about why this matters beyond one ebook or one sales. The bigger picture, why passive income really matters. Okay, I want to spend the next few minutes talking about something bigger than Canva. Yes, something bigger than Seller, bigger than even Google that we just discussed about, bigger than the pricing. Because what we are really discussing is how you build more options into your financial life. For many people, the traditional model is very simple. You give your time, you receive money. You spend the money, then you give more time. And the cycle continues. That system can work, but it has a limitation. Your income is often connected directly to your availability, to your presence. So when you are not there, or if you cannot work, you may not earn money. If you reduce your hours, your income may reduce. That is why passive income is one of the most important things that we talk on this channel. So if you become sick, take care of a child, travel, rest, or face an unexpected situation, your ability to earn can be affected. Digital products do not magically solve every financial problem. Hear me. And I do not want to sell you something that does not exist. Okay? They do not guarantee overnight wealth. They do not even mean you will wake up tomorrow with thousands of dollars. Digital products cannot make you to be rich overnight, but they can create something very valuable that will keep earning money for you. It can be another stream of income for you, something you create once that can potentially continue generating sales for you. Something that does not even require you to personally deliver every single transaction. Something that can continue existing even when you are doing something else. Obiageli has not quitted her job. Obiageli is still working her 9 shift. She did not suddenly become rich or become rich. She did not immediately leave her job. Yes. But her relationship with her job changed. She told me. Before the products, my salary felt like everything because it was everything. If I miss a shift, I miss the money. Now there is something else, something running underneath my work, my sleeping, my cooking, and my life. Something that is growing quietly even when I am not looking at it. And that changes how I feel about it. That is what I want you to understand. We are not talking about overnight wealth here. We are talking about building another layer, another stream, another source, another asset, something that can grow overnight. Your knowledge may feel ordinary to you because you have lived with it for years. Yes, but something that feels normal to you may be extremely valuable to someone else. The things you have learned, the mistake you have made, the systems you have created, the questions you know how to answer, the skills you have developed. Someone may be out there searching for those answers right now. So package your knowledge, package it, make it useful, price it honestly, but put it where people can find it, and let the product work while you continue living your life. That is the opportunity, and you can start. I want to finish with one final part of Obiageli's story. And this is the part I keep thinking about the story. About 2 months after her digital product started making consistent sales, her daughter asked her, "Mommy, what are you always doing on your laptop?" Obiageli explained to her, "I make things that people buy." Her daughter was 7 years old. She thought about it for a moment. Then she asked again, "Like a shop, but on the phone?" Obiageli said to her, "Yes, like a shop, but on the phone." Yes. Her daughter nodded. Then she said something that made Obiageli laugh. She said, "That's smart, Mommy. Your shop never closes." Think about that. A 7 years old understands something many adults struggles to understand. Your digital shop can remain open at midnight, on a public holiday, while you are working another job, while you are sleeping, while you are caring for your children, even while you are on a journey, traveling, while you are relaxing, resting, while life is happening. Your shop is always open. Now, let me be clear. Your shop does not guarantee sales. You still have to create something people want. Yes. You still have to market it. You still have to improve it. You still have to build trust. But once it exists, it can be available even when you are not. And that is powerful. I want that possibility for you, not as some distant dream, but as something you begin building this week, this weekend. Maybe even tonight, if you can start, you have access to the tools. You have access to the tools because you're with the phone. You can use your Google document, You can use Canva. You can even use your phone. You have knowledge. You have everything that is needed in creating your digital product. You have the experience, the skills. You have them. The lessons you have learned in life are all part of what you need, and you have problems you know how to solve. There are so many things that you can solve. Now you know the platform where you can begin, like Seller, Gumroad, Payhip, Instagram, WhatsApp, and so on. You have the roadmap. You have everything mapped out for you. You have the information. You have the knowledge. You have the skill. Now you need to make a decision. That decision will determine if you will have a shop that is open 24 hours. Just decide that your knowledge is worth exploring. Decide that you will stop keeping everything you know inside your head. Just decide that you will package something useful. Decide that you will create your first products. Do not wait until you feel completely ready. Obiageli did not know everything, but she started with what she knew. She created one product, then she learned, then she improved, then she created another, and another. That is how you build one product, one customer, one lesson, one step at a time. So go and create something today, something very useful, something honest, something that can solve a real problem. And I cannot wait to hear what you created. Now, before you leave, I want you to do 4 things for me. Number 1, comment your product idea in the comment below. If you have not already commented, write "my first digital product will be," just write the topic and for your specific audience. Put it in the comments. Yes, make it real. We are real in this place. Number 2, save and share this video. Hit save, share this video. Save it so that you can come back when you start creating and share it with one woman whose knowledge has been free for too long. Someone who has valuable information but has never thought about turning it into a digital product. Send this video to that woman. Yes. Number 3, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification, because next week we are going to talk about personal branding from zero. We're going to be talking about how you can build a name that people recognize, how to build trust in your niche, how to start even when nobody knows you, and how your personal brand can support your products, services, and businesses. So subscribe and turn on the bell. Number 4, open Canva tonight, and I mean this literally. You do not have to finish your product tonight. You do not even have to start writing tonight. Just open Canva, search for ebook templates, look through them, find one that makes you think, I could put my knowledge into this. That's enough for today, because the woman who opens Canvas tonight has already taken one step closer to creating her product. The woman who keeps saying, I will start tomorrow, is still waiting. So open up your Canvas, start small, Open the page, write the ideas, choose the template, take the first step. Your digital shop is waiting to be opened. So open it right away. Thank you for watching.